All right, if you're building anything with AI right now, there is one tool that you absolutely positively need to get your head around: Amazon Bedrock. And its real power, its core value, well, it's a concept that might just surprise you. So let's dive right in.
The single most important thing to grasp about Bedrock is right here. It's not just one new AI model. No, it's the gateway to all the best AI models. Think of it less like a single giant brain and more like a United Nations of AI, where every major player is sitting at the table and you can talk to any of them from one spot. And that brings us to our first big idea, really understanding Bedrock as this central hub, this AI aggregator. Honestly, this is the foundational concept that unlocks all of its strategic value. Okay, let's break down the official definition because the keywords are right in here. Serverless and fully managed. What does that really mean? It means you don't have to worry about the computers, the servers, or any of the complicated infrastructure. You just get to focus on building your cool application. And the most powerful part? A single API. This means you can tap into all these different AI brains using just one set of code. So, why is this such a big deal? Well, first off, that single API advantage is huge. I mean, your engineers can write code once and then swap out AI models just by changing a single line. You want to test a new model from Anthropic, or maybe see what Meta's latest can do? It takes seconds, not weeks of recoding. And second, and this is the killer feature, data privacy. Any data you send to Bedrock is yours, period. It's never used to train the big models, and it never, ever leaves your secure AWS environment. Okay, so if Bedrock is our gateway, who's actually on the other side? Let's meet the brains. The best way to think about this is not as one all-knowing genius, but as a whole toolbox full of specialized experts. Each one is brilliant, but at very different things. And here's the most crucial insight when you're picking an expert from that toolbox. There is no single best model. It just doesn't exist. The entire game is a balancing act, a trade-off between three key factors: reasoning, which is basically how smart you need it to be; cost, how much you can afford to spend; and speed, how fast you need that answer back. Every single decision you make is a trade-off between these three. And when you look at the catalog, you can really see that trade-off in action. You've got Anthropic's Claude, which is kind of the heavyweight champion of complex reasoning, perfect for something like legal analysis. Then for pure efficiency, you have Meta's Llama, which is fantastic for building cost-effective chatbots. Need raw speed, like for real-time translation? That's where you'd look at Mistral. It uses this really clever mixture of experts architecture, which basically means a bunch of smaller, specialized AIs work together to give you a super fast response. And then you've got models like Amazon Titan and Cohere, which are brilliant for something called RAG. That's Retrieval Augmented Generation, and it's a total game changer. It means you can give the AI your own private documents, like internal company reports, and it will only use that information to answer questions. So with all these incredible options, how in the world do you actually pick one? Well, you don't guess. You run a competition. Bedrock actually gives you the tools to find the perfect champion for your specific job. Bedrock provides this really structured, data-driven way to evaluate everything. You can run automatic tests against a dataset to get hard scores on accuracy and things like that. You can even set up a system for your own team to compare two model outputs side by side and just vote on the best one. And then there's the newest, and maybe the most powerful method of all. It's called LLM-as-a-Judge, and the concept is just so powerful. You use a top-tier model, like the incredible Claude 3.5 Opus, to act as the teacher. It then automatically evaluates and grades the answers from all the other student models based on criteria that you set. I'm not kidding, this one feature can save teams hundreds of hours of manual review. It turns what could be a month-long project into an afternoon's work. All right, so you've chosen your model. But mastery doesn't stop there. Now it's time to learn how to actually control it. We're going to look at the levers you can pull to fine-tune its behavior with some incredible precision. The most famous lever is called temperature, and you can just think of it as a creativity dial. If you set a low temperature, something close to 0, the model gets very conservative and factual. It sticks to the most likely, predictable words. This is perfect for, say, pulling specific data out of a document. But if you crank that temperature dial up towards 1, the model starts taking more risks. It gets creative. It gets imaginative, making it absolutely ideal for brainstorming marketing copy or even writing a poem. And there are other crucial controls too. Top P is another way to manage creativity. It basically prevents the AI from saying something completely nonsensical by forcing it to choose from a smaller, more probable set of next words. It gives you even finer control than temperature. And stop sequences, oh man, these are essential. You can literally tell the AI the moment you type the word customer, you stop generating text. This is absolutely vital for preventing a chatbot from hallucinating and making up both sides of a conversation. It makes your app reliable and predictable. So let's bring this all home. We've journeyed from understanding Bedrock as an aggregator, to meeting the models, to evaluating them, and finally to controlling them. This is your path to mastery. So here it is, your 4-step strategy. Number 1, always think aggregator. Use that single API to your advantage and always remember your data is secure. 2, choose smart. Always be balancing that core trade-off of reasoning, cost, and speed. 3, evaluate, don't guess. Use the powerful tools Bedrock gives you. And finally, number 4, learn to control the levers. Master things like temperature to get the exact output you need, every single time. And really, that's the ultimate takeaway here. For the very first time, the world's most advanced AI models are available not just as these separate individual tools, but as an entire unified toolkit right at your fingertips. So the only real question left is, what are you going to build first?